Welcome to MusicMoveIt.com, and today I want to talk about how you can become a better music producer. Now, some of you are probably advanced people and are, great at music production, and you know how to read music and things like that, and that's wonderful. This video is probably going to be more for people either just starting out or people who've been in the production game or field for a little while, but they're still learning their craft. Now, there's a couple of ways you could become better. Get the best out of your mixes, get the best out of your recordings and things like that. Now, when I was first trying to come up to start doing music and trying to get my name out there, I wanted to be an artist and a producer. So I was producing all my own tracks, and I went to school for recording and music business and all that good stuff. And I was so obsessed with trying to make it my career. And once I went to school for it, it's like everyone that were taking the same classes all had the same thing they were striving for. They were all there for music business, audio recording, things like that. So it was like a wonderful thing. It was just amazing to go to class every day, and it just pumped me up so much. Like back then, I would have spent my last dollar on recording equipment. I remember going to sleep every night with a catalog. I think it was like a Sweetwater catalog, and just looking through it until I fell asleep. Or one of our textbooks was like a music business book. I forgot the exact name. I remember just reading that until I fell asleep. I remember wanting this analog mixer for my home studio so bad, and it was like a couple $1,000s, and I was like on the edge of, should I get it, should I wait, like that type of stuff. I was just hungry to be a music producer and an artist, and I just loved the environment, the culture of it, everything. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. You just feel like you eat, you sleep, and breathe it. So I don't know, that's just how it was for me back then. But the way I would better myself is I actually took piano lessons for a little while. You want to better yourself as a musician, take a lesson, learn to play guitar. I know, like I said, I know a lot of you out there probably know how to read music and this and that, but for those who don't, or if you're still trying to build yourself up, don't be afraid to take a lesson. Guitar, piano, it totally helps you understand music even more. I did it. It helped me a lot. A lot of these producers now kind of can play by ear, which is great, but once you learn how to read music, how to play notes, what a note sounds like, picking out notes, it helps you tremendously. Now, as far as mixing and things like that, just do what you think sounds good, but just make sure it sounds clean. Make sure your snares are crisp, hi-hats are crisp sounding. Don't be afraid. A lot of producers just are doing electronic music now, and I have some stuff here, like, I work with pads here and there. I don't know if you can see it, but I grew up on working with keyboards that had built-in sequencers in them, things like that. So I was actually playing. I wasn't just hitting pads to make music. And I still use keyboards because I want something to play. Like, I have one right here, a Triton, that I love it. I'll never stop using this Triton probably because I just love the sounds on it. I love to actually play. I don't just want to hit pads. There's nothing wrong with just being like a electronic producer or whatnot. But when I was coming up, it was more keyboards and things like that. And I still use them. So my point to this is, don't be afraid to use vintage equipment or actual keyboards. Learn to play. Don't just hit pads. Play. Even if it's just sequencing it into like another software on your computer, that's fine. But this one that I have has a sequencer built in. I could create a beat or a track on here. I can even EQ it in here, things like that. Then I dump it into Pro Tools. So however you choose, whatever fits you. But the point is, don't be afraid to use other things. I have 3 or 4 keyboards here that I still use. I even have an old drum machine here in the back here that I still use from time to time, and you can MIDI it to the keyboard and things like that. So don't be afraid to use other things that are older, even, whatever. Just don't focus on electronic software to play your music, because, learn some stuff and expand. You'll be happier that you did. Also, don't be afraid to cross over into other genres. Work with other artists. If you mainly do hip-hop, work with a pop artist or work with a rock artist. Vice versa. If you deal with rock mainly, try some R&B, try some more pop stuff, try some jazz. Collaborate with other artists, and you'll learn so much. Because when I started out doing hip-hop, and when I started trying to cross over into R&B, it was almost like a different world in a sense, because R&B artists use so many more vocal tracks. The song structure is set up different. Like once you go from hip-hop to like a contemporary R&B song, it's just set up differently. Hip-hop is always generally like, maybe there's an intro, then it'll be like a verse, then the hook, verse, hook, things like that. R&B, contemporary R&B, it's like verse, hook, verse, bridge, then the hook. It just changes up. And, a lot of times they have less lyrics. They sing, it might be just like an 8-bar verse and then the bridge and things like that. So work with other artists who are good and know their craft, and you can learn from them. Totally. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try different things out when mixing and recording. But record multiple tracks. Have 2 tracks, dub tracks, in both ears. Pan them or whatever. Things like that. Just try different tricks. Don't be afraid to use reverb. Not a ton, but some. Echoing, things like that. It could all sound great. And a lot of you, I'm sure, are hip to just like when you're mixing a song, to get the best sound, take it to your car, bounce it to WAV or MP3, put it on a CD, or these days you can put it on a little thumb drive and take it to your car, because most new cars have USB drives. Take it to your car, listen there, take notes. If you feel like the bass isn't hitting in a car or from the car speakers, or you want the vocals higher, go back, tweak it, bounce it again, listen to it in your car again, then take it to your home stereo, listen to it there. Put it in a Walkman, not a Walkman, but you know what I'm saying, a CD player or whatever. Listen to it in headphones. Any different kind of medium you can find, and play the song over that. And see how it sounds. Because you never know who's going to listen to your song where. And you don't want it to sound lacking in headphones when it sounds good on a car stereo. You want to get it pretty even across the board. So I'm sure a lot of you already know that trick and do it. It's been around forever, obviously. Do that, and you can get your mixes perfect. You can set your EQs how you want. Things like that. So there's tons of ways you can better yourself. Just build yourself up. Be the best you can be at your craft, which is music production, being an artist, or whatever. You can do it. And if you're young, that's even better. Do it the most you can. The younger you are, do it. You have a better chance of making it big. Of course, like a lot of the music industry is a young man's game for the most part, as far as like pop, country, as far as superstardom. You don't see so many 40-year-olds getting a contract and hitting superstardom at that age. I mean, I'm sure it's happened. I can't think of anything right now, but the younger you are, the more of a chance you have to grind, to hustle, and get to where you want to be in your music career. And don't always look at the big picture, but also, really, you just want to make a career out of your music. But anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Help support this channel so we can do more videos, put more time into it, and subscribe, of course. Leave a comment. If you want me to talk about a subject, leave it in the comments, and I'll try to get to it. And that's it. And I want to thank you for watching. and I will see you next video. Thanks for watching my videos, and I wanted to tell you about a few things. I'm going to leave some links in the description below, so make sure you take advantage of them. I want you to check out and download our ebook. It's a step-by-step guide to release your own music from start to finish. Check out the link below. It's called Release Your Own Music, a step-by-step guide. Download that today. Also, Django Radio, it's a streaming service like a Pandora, and they're doing a special offer with me where they're giving artists and bands 100 spins on their streaming station. You just got to click the link below. You can only use this link to get that offer, and you must be a new Django user. It's an excellent opportunity to get your music out there to more people. Check it out, click the links, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.